On the right, we generate for you the whole API documentation website, fully written for you, for description, parameters, headers, and everything. We even have AI search, forum, guides, all in one. On the second product that we're introducing, is an AI search and developer relations support agent. On the left, it's able to help, once you embed it into your developer website, it can help debug any questions and allow developers to test API endpoints within the search interface, all in one. On the right, it's able to be like, just imagine having D0 or Claude or even both.new within and integrated into your API doc. You can ask questions, run code, run integration code, test it out, and immediately deploy. And this is what we have for today. Next slide, please. But I kind of like, it's not really two products, it's basically one product, and it contains search, guides, reference, forum, and more. So that's all we have for this demo. Do check out at our booth, and yeah, feel free to scan the QR code in the next slide over here. And please follow us on X. Thank you.
Awesome. Next up is Hollow.
Hi, everyone. So let me ask a question. Who wishes that they could clone themselves? Come on, I think a lot of you want that. So now you can, and that's what Hollow does. My name is Rex Wong. I'm the CEO of HolloAI. I'm actually a serial entrepreneur that has done 7 exits of AdSense, so that to Google. Here I'm trying to introduce HolloAI. So Hollow is a platform that allows you to create, monetize, and protect your AI twin and identity. So we can create your AI twin in under a minute by just taking a picture, recording yourself, and out comes basically a AI twin of you that thinks, talks, and sounds like you, but can talk in 29 languages. You can embed that into your website. You can build it into your apps. There's an API of you. There's a marketplace that you can actually license your API. So we believe there's going to be an AI economy where people can basically license your AI twin for things like videos, social posts, animations, voiceovers, call agents, etc. You also can buy optionally a phone number that essentially is you and your AI answering the phone and screening your calls, taking messages, booking your calendar. You can also do code calling. So today we actually have about 60,000 travel agents that are using this as the front end for the travel agent. We just landed a huge hotel chain that's going to replace 3,000 agents, realtors that can sell houses, selling life insurance, cold calling, and a lot of celebrities. And I'll just give you one example, and I'll leave it with this. So I'm going to call one of our celebrities.
Yo, what's up? This is your boy Snoop. What's up, my friend?
Hey, Snoop. So I'm hanging out here in San Francisco at the AIFI event, and say hi to the audience.
You dig? What's good, fam? It's your boy Snoop D-O-double-G, repping the Bay and killing it at the AIFI event for Sizzle. You heard?
And what do you think about AI?
You dig? AI is off the chain, G. I'm all about that Hollow AI too. Their AI twin is straight flames, fam. I mean, it's got the knowledge, the skill.
And yeah, so you get it. In terms of trying it out, if anybody wants to try out and actually create a twin, come back and see me over there. You can also build this into your own apps. We have a whole API layer. And we have lots of developers building on top. So if you want to put conversational AI into your platform, just come talk to me. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Cynthia. I'm here with Cloudy. It's usecloudy.com. Oh, nice. Yeah, exactly that. So you'll find us in our booth right there. You can scan it right there where my co-founder's at. Awesome. So as the story goes, engineers hate to write. Right? I mean, I think we've all been there, seen that. So one of the biggest barriers to actually writing is that why would an engineer do it if they're writing code so fast, it's all changing. When the next push happens, it's all going to be out of date, right? So our biggest proposition is actually we'll sync to your code base so that our AI can actually see whenever a push is made, what needs to be updated in the document, right? that's going to be unlocking a lot of different things, because if something's not out of date at a company, a lot of bugs can happen, and that's something that we've seen happen over and over again at companies. Sometimes documenting new tools takes up to 25% of the engineer's time. So this is a very big issue that we see, and we think that that unlocks a lot of extra capabilities, like having a co-pilot that allows you to talk, chat, change documentation in minutes, even start a whole new document in minutes based off the code. We really want to make it so that technical writers don't have to be the ones bridging those gaps of like, what does this code do? If anything, just empower the engineer to write the technical documentation, because they know exactly what they wrote in the document, where the examples are, why they designed things, things beyond what the code reflects. We want the engineer to explain all these things so that if they ever leave, all the knowledge is still there for the company. And the rest of the team, of course. Awesome, thank you.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Cool. So, hey, how many guys out here are technical founders, or I think there's a couple founders in the room? Cool, a few of you, okay. So I'm here tonight actually representing a company that I've partnered with. I'm a founder myself. They basically have access to a suite of over 200 APIs that in one line of code give you access to a lot of vision models, text-to-speech models. We use them for our conversational AI models in my startup. We're looking for some companies or some founders that are interested in particularly getting a discount for access to 3 months, 30% off of the API. So I'm not able to click through, but basically on one line of code, you can implement almost over 200 models. It's pretty straightforward as far as the implementation. We have a QR code that you can use to get access to this. And like I said, we just want to basically give you guys an opportunity to look into this platform and use it for a low latency, for inference, things of that nature. So I just want to make it really quick, give a chance to let you guys have access to this. And if you have any questions, I'll be around to give you access to that discount to have access to the APIs for this. So cool. I just wanted to make this really quick, and thank you guys. All right, thank you.
Hello, good day. We are Supply Chain Hub. What we do is, we are the users of the AI application. You guys all build the AI tools. We will use that to save money for our clients. So how do we do? So before that, we were founded on 2020. We launched our product around 2 years back. In our product, we have connected 5,000 supply chain partners, people who are trusting us and conducting the commerce value worth of $4 billion. Okay, so what exactly we do? We promise to our clients, the large enterprises, we promise them that on their procurement life cycle time, we can reduce it by 3 days. So what's the meaning of this? It means that you can save $12.5 million for a $1 billion company. We have a couple of $1 billion companies, multiple billions of companies who are with us. So how do we do it? Why I am here in the AI Agent Forum? You all know that the supply chain is a very, very complex business, all the way from Walmart to Amazon. All these are all great supply chain companies. Every day you save, you are saving a lot of money. So there are a lot of business processes which requires automations. So what we do is we take the rules which is given in the natural language and we feed it to our agents. I will just basically give you one simple example for our agent, what we call it as a RFQ agent. The RFQ agent would integrate with the ERP systems, it would speak to the supplier, ensure that the whole process is fully automated, saving a lot of dollars for our customers. We are in the booth number 1. Come and visit us. We will give you a fabulous demo. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, just want to make sure, I want to give everybody the run of show a little bit. So we have some demo tables.
Those are not necessarily the presenting companies, so you came here to see a pitch competition, and we have our judges lining up here, so we're getting ready for that. We have one more presentation before our special keynote with Jeremiah. A lot of people in the room know who Jeremiah is. If you don't, then you will after tonight. So check out the different demo companies. Check out the pitches coming up. We have another sponsor, Fetch.ai, who's actually the venue host tonight, and want to bring up someone who's going to do a really quick demo of a project they built on Fetch.
Hello, I'm Raj Shekhar, and I'm going to present Fetch.ai project, where it was more of a hackathon project built using Fetch.ai. So it's like based on an imaginary scenario where there is a disaster happening and AI agents are taking autonomous actions during a disaster response. So first, introducing what Fetch.ai is. Here, we can easily spin off AI agents on their Fetch network, which is a decentralized network. And when you build agents, you can so deploy them, and each agent can communicate with other agent on this decentralized network. That's the specialty of Fetch.ai, and it's also like a marketplace where one AI agent can communicate with other AI agent. And yeah, so let's go to the project. So what I'm solving is I'm having 5 agents actually. So one agent is continuously receiving phone calls and analyzing the distress in each of the phone calls. And based on that, it will dispatch a drone to a particular location based on the distress call location. And then, assuming that I'm getting photos from the drone, the next agent, which is called the human detection agent, it will detect if there are any humans present in a flood situation. If there are humans present in a flood situation, that agent will automatically extract the coordinates of that photo or whatever the information we got from the drone, and make phone calls to the rescue teams, calling them and giving the coordinates. That's the project, and if you want to know more about this and see the demo, it's available on YouTube. It's called Autonomous AI Society CalHacks. It was done at CalHacks, so you can learn more about that. And other than Fetch.ai, the other technologies I used were HumAI, DeepGram, and Whoppy to make phone calls. So this is the tech stack which I used for building the project. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
The demo is on YouTube, and you can also meet me after the...
Yeah, maybe we can give you a demo table so you can be up there and people can come over during the breaks and stuff. And now, without further ado, Mr. Jeremiah Owyang.
What's going on, San Francisco? Come on.
Jeremiah in the house.
It's Friday night, you're here. I said, what's going on, San Francisco? Yeah! So that's what's going on. Listen, New York, they're partying tonight at holiday parties. LA, they're partying at holiday parties. San Francisco, we're checking it out, right? Yeah! We're going to talk about the future of AI agents. This is what we do. This is why San Francisco is the lead. I was in Asia last week at a famous technology country, and they're not up to speed where we are with AI agents. We're so far ahead in San Francisco. The best founders are flying here. All right, I'm Jeremiah. I'm general partner at Blitzscaling Ventures. I run the AI fund. I've started some companies in Silicon Valley, and I run an event series called Llama Lounge. Who's been to a Llama Lounge? Yes. 10 founders are selected to demo at each event. A minimum of 3 tables are 4 female founders. Usually we're at parity. We have to work hard to find women to come and present. The submission rate is usually only 10%. So we really want to support women. Marianne's been a great partner. Thank you so much. And this is the community that I love to be with, is the AI community. So I work at Blitzscaling. Who's heard of Blitzscaling, the book? It's written by Chris Ye, and you might know Reid Hoffman, right? PayPal, LinkedIn, on the board of first investor in OpenAI, on the board of Microsoft. He's our advisor. In fact, Reid reviews the AI deals that I bring to the team before we invest. So I got to bring the best. Chris is my friend for 20 years. I'm so lucky to work with him on a daily basis. Let's go. This is Llama Lounge in Palo Alto. It's typically 300 different founders together, usually 50 to 75 VCs, and around 25 corporate AI folks. This one was upstairs on the 3rd floor, the largest agent event in the world. There was about 300 folks up on the 3rd floor, and this was in March this year. So we really wanted to bring the founders who are working on agents together. Now, this is a forecast from Crew AI. Right now, it's estimated that the agent market is around $5 billion. And in 5 years from now, it's estimated to be at around $65 billion. And then, just by 2031, which is not that far off, it could be a minimum of 100 billion to 500 billion. And I think you could do market sizing from the RPA market. You could look at consumer tech. I mean, every single large tech company in the world is going to start building AI agents. This is the map, the evolutionary map of the AI entities. Now, you're probably familiar with a co-pilot. A co-pilot is embedded in an app. And you typically converse with it using natural language processing. And it does things for you in a synchronous way. The next phase, the entity, is called an AI assistant. AI assistants typically can thread throughout different apps in a suite. For example, Microsoft 365, which is using OpenAI, that will work with Outlook, PowerPoint, and Word. So it's threading through multiple apps, and it's typically synchronous, can be asynchronous. The place that we're focused on now, and this is where Silicon Valley is focused, is on AI agents. Now, AI agent is a little bit different than the last two entities because it can work across multiple apps, and it can work when you're sleeping. The characteristics of an AI agent are it can self-task, it has memory, it can recruit other agents, and it can learn and self-improve. So that's the key differentiator, and it's on the path, as you can see, towards artificial general intelligence, which is unlikely to happen, by the way, according to our sources, this decade. And then, of course, that would lead to superintelligence, 1,000 times human capability. Here's our thesis. This is how we're investing. This is how we look at the world. So right now, the internet is actually a pretty shitty experience. Think about it. When you use the internet, your data is not being respected. Every user experience is different. Everywhere you go, it's built upon ads. Media companies are the ones that are being served, not consumers. When you try to go find information, it's all scattered around. And even when you use Google, the answers that you want, Google knows the answers, but they don't give them to you. Instead, they give you what? 10 blue links. Imagine you ask me, Jeremiah, where are the best restaurants in Palo Alto? I know the answer, but I don't tell you. I say, hey, check out my sponsors. It's kind of rude. It's almost like Google is serving advertisers, not consumers. Now, with AI agents, that's going to change. This is important to note that we believe that in the future, the most common entity on the internet will be AI agents. And they will go out to the internet, collect the information, and bring it back to you. The most common user on the internet won't be a human, it will be your AI agent. By the way, how many AI agents could you have? Hundreds? Zero? One? It's a debate we should have over the break, and I'd love if we can have a little round and talk about that. The answer, by the way, is how many can you afford? That's actually the answer. Okay, so the AI agents will bring the information back to you. The AI agents will complete the tasks on the internet for you, so you don't have to do it. Because again, the internet's not that great of an experience. Thesis number 2, when those agents bring the information back to you, something magical is going to happen. It's going to reassemble in the way that you want. Jeni, the way that you want. Chris, in the way that you want. Do you love text, video, audio? Chris is a podcaster, he loves audio. When do you want it? It's up to you to choose when you get that information. And how much information do you want? It's up to you. It's not up to the web designer, it's not up to the marketer, it's not up to Google, it's not up to Apple, it's up to you. So the content is going to decouple from the presentation layer. The AI agent is going to pull that back to you. So let me ask you another question. In this thesis, how many apps do you really need? Say it again. I heard 1?
0.
0?
And then you can afford.
As many as you can afford. So, you see with this thesis, the amount of disruption that's about to come to the internet. The AI agent founders, and they're here in this room, whoever can crack this code, is sitting on multi-billion-dollar companies. Okay, let's show you some examples. Well, big companies are also trying to be part of this. Last month, as you know, down the street, Mark Benioff made agents the most common thing. He turned Salesforce into Agentforce, and he launched 3 agents for corporates. 1 for customer care, 1 for marketing, and 1 for sales. And they're all unified with their agent orchestration tool called Atlas. HubSpot also launched at the same time. They have Agent.ai. Go check it out right now. It's a marketplace of agent behaviors, and third-party developers are loading up agent behaviors such as market research on your competitors, or to create content, or to go through your CRM and find out prospects. And these things are going to be integrated into the app. So the whole CRM for small, medium businesses on HubSpot will have these agentic behaviors. And that's happening. We invested in Skyfire. Skyfire, it was the former product team of Ripple. And they have built an agent payment protocol. In the future, AI agents will pay other agents to get things done. Or AI agents will purchase data on behalf of the user. So 2 terms to note. By the way, there's a debate on this. So the agent that you will interface with could be called a primary agent or a meta agent. There's debates on that. Obviously, it's going to be, Apple's going to brand it as Apple Intelligence, Google's going to call it Gemini, right? So those agents will go out and hire agents that do tasks. Sometimes those are called execution agents. They may not belong to you. They might be third-party agents. So Skyfire is a payment protocol that sits across that, that's going to enable that. How do they do this? Well, there's credit card on-ramps and off-ramps, and they're also using stable coins. They're partnered with Coinbase. Okay. Crew AI. There's 2 super fast-growing enterprise agent players. It's LangChain's LangGraph and Crew AI. We invested in Crew AI. This is an open source platform, and millions of developers are building templates and agentic workflows. And these, instead of calling them swarms, they're called crews. And they're already integrated with IBM, Microsoft, SAP, and deeply partnered with KPMG and other players as well. So open source has a key role here because it can spread across multiple enterprise systems. That's really important. Otherwise, you're just going to get locked into one ecosystem. So the blitzscaling thesis that we look for is like, can the startups spread really fast? Blitzscaling lightning fast. So that's core to our thesis. So that was key to Mr. Reid Hoffman approved the deal. Multion, the leader in the consumer AI agent space. The team hails from Microsoft, NVIDIA, Google, Meta, out of Stanford. And they built consumer agents, and you can go to their YouTube channel and see some of the AI agents that can complete tasks for you. Like ordering an Uber for you, or ordering on Amazon, you tell it to go buy a product, it'll go pick it out for you, put it in your shopping cart, then it could purchase it for you if you approve that. Or to schedule time on a calendar, or to go get your lunch for you on DoorDash. So these consumer agents are going to do these things for you so you don't have to do them. So imagine just using voice to command your agent through your mobile device, or just some type of smart speaker, or on your laptop mic, that can go and complete these tasks for you. This is a really interesting way to think about, do we even need to visit websites in the future? This is a really big change to the internet now, right? This, I see heads nodding. Of course, you guys get it. All right, now I'm going to show you the ecosystem map. I gave you some examples. This was research that we published. I have a background in market research, by the way. I was trained at Forrester, and I started I was a co-founder of a firm called Altimeter Group. And we interviewed 23 agent founders to map out the ecosystem. So excited to show it to you right now. All right, so at the bottom we have the data layer, the management layer, the application layer, and ecosystem layer. Now you as founders or investors in the room got to think about, where's your play? Where do you need to be? Where are you now? Where's the competition coming from? At the bottom layer is the data layer. It's a critical layer, and the AI agents are accessing data from exclusive private data. It's estimated that 80% of the world's data is behind a firewall, personal cloud, enterprise cloud, military cloud, corporate cloud. Next, there's open data. So Dendrite was a startup at my event Wednesday that would actually go and collect, they created a browser and you log into it with your Instagram, LinkedIn, or whatever your social accounts, and then it will go in and activate on those things and scrape that data. So that's how you get some of that information as well. But also there's new marketplaces emerging that you can get public data. Skyfire has some of that as well, pricing data and products. There's a question, will there be unified APIs and standards? Does Google, Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, do they want standards for agents? It's a question. We don't know what's going to happen there. So that's an ongoing question. In fact, I hosted the AI Agent Congress on Wednesday. In fact, Anna, who's going to be presenting here, she was there at that event. The management layer, lots of startups here. On the left-hand side is agent permissions. So have you heard of the term KYC? What does that stand for? Okay, awesome. So what does KYA stand for?
Know your agent.
Know your agent. So each of you will have one, maybe 50, maybe 100 agents that represent you. Now, there's going to be different level of permissions on the amount of data that the agent's going to display to whatever website they visit. It could be an abstracted identity that says, I represent a human, but I'm not going to tell you anything about it. Or I'm going to say, I represent a human like Stephen. By the way, you look really trustworthy, so your agent's going to say, Stephen has a high credit score and he's high net worth. Do you want to interact with him in a special way?
I don't trust that agent.
He doesn't trust his own agent. And then Marianne, her agent, might say, this agent represents Marianne Becker, and I'm willing to work with you, give me the best deal. So your AI agent will have different levels of certification. She is very trustworthy, and I know this firsthand. So the next category is the management layer. There's lots of things happening here. So the observability leader is Agent Ops, Adam and Alex, and they're continuing to get a lot of data around the market. There's also a new category called agent arbitration. I've yet to see startups here, which will determine the order in which startups get served first, second, and third. That's a new category. I'm waiting to see startups there. Next is payments. We talked about Skyfire, but there's also Payman, where the AI agents will hire humans to get tasks done when the agent can't complete the task. By the way, does that seem crazy that humans would ever report to an AI agent? Is that crazy? Okay, well, who's been in a Waymo or an Uber this week? All of those human drivers, I'm sorry, just Uber. All of those human drivers are reporting to an AI agent. It's been going on for over 10 years. And then, of course, the agents are improving, and they're learning. And there's lots of startups that are working on that. The next is the application layer. This is where we're going to see the mass majority of the startups. On the top left is the agent apps. And so you're going to see them on stage today. We actually saw one earlier, one on supply chain. There's going to be another one on data analysis. That's Anna's company. So these are verticalized-based agents for healthcare, HR, recruiting, supply chain, marketing, sales. On the right-hand side are the agent platforms, which are horizontals. So they can work across ecosystems. So Crew, LangGraph, Emergent, Slicer, Multiom, Adept, which was acquired by Amazon, fit those categories. At the highest level is the ecosystem, and this is where we're starting to see some marketplaces. This isn't fully fleshed out. I showed you Agent.ai from HubSpot, which is a marketplace. We should assume that any company that has an app marketplace is also going to launch an agent marketplace by the end of 2025. We're going to see agent marketplaces of tasks or agents that you can hire, or your primary agent hires those agents. OpenAI tried to do that with GPTs, it failed. So you can see they're going to get ready for this in the next phase. All right, so that is the AI agent ecosystem. It's up to date right now, but in an hour it's probably out of date. This market is moving so fast. You can also find it on my blog as well. Now, how serious is this? Gartner Gartner forecasts that Google search traffic is going to plummet by 25% by 2026. Wow, that is catastrophic for Google because people are going to use AI agents to get information. Not only does Gartner say that, Bill Gates said the same thing. In fact, the quote is, whoever wins the personal agent, that's the big thing, because you'll never go to a search site again. Bang, Google, you'll never go to a productivity site again. Bang, enterprise software, bang, you'll never go to Amazon again. Because your AI agent will go and do all of those things for you. I think Bill Gates has been waiting to say that for like 25 years. And now it can come true. Now, I'm going to close things off with two forecasts. Let's start with the consumer forecast, and we'll do the enterprise forecast, then I'll summarize everything up. So, right now, this is how humans make decisions. This is a standard funnel: awareness, engagement, consideration, and purchase. And the way that we do it right now is antiquated. We're using Google and ads and media, and then you go to a microsite. That the answers that you want are on the website at the very bottom. There's ads all over the Google search results, and that website you land at is filled with ads. Once you leave that website, those ads retarget you, they follow you around. It's really not a great experience. Then you've got to glue that information together, and you've got to find all this information, and then the e-commerce transactions might be somewhere else. It's actually not a great experience. And this is why it's going to change. The next phase will be in the near term, when we use AI agents. We're collaborating with them. You're already probably asking Perplexity or LLMs like Anthropic's Claude or GPT, like, where should I get information? What is this information? Show me the latest products. We're already asking AI for information. And that will continue. We should expect by the end of 2025 that e-commerce is going to be embedded not only in agents, but also in LLMs. It's going to integrate slowly right here. And that means the next phase after that is when AI becomes proactive. Those who are willing to trade their data for convenience, when I give the speech, by the way, in other cities, they struggle with this. San Francisco is usually generally okay with this topic. That the AI will grab your email, your credit card data, your SMS conversations, your phone conversations, will listen in and start to understand what do you want, and then proactively predict what do you need. And this means we're going to shift to, the current way is manual, we'll go to hybrid, and then to an automated way of making consumer decisions. Now what about the enterprise? Oh, I didn't bring that slide. So, in the enterprise, I'll summarize for you. Right now, we're being collaborative with AI. It's helping us with our productivity. But soon we'll see AI agents as our colleagues. And then eventually we'll start to see them as potentially our customers, our managers, and even competitors. Like they'll start being entities. We've all been on Zooms where there's a Firefly or some other AI entity that's listening and summarizing. Soon they'll start conversing with us in those Zoom calls. There will be collaborative co-hosts, collaborative colleagues with us. All right, so to summarize everything for today, the 5 final points. I threw a ton of information at you, but let's see if we can get it all into one slide. Number 1, the forecast that we have is that the AI agents will bring the internet to you and to you. And it's going to reassemble it in the way that you want, Michael. You love images because you're a photographer. So it's going to be a visual experience, right? It's up to you to choose. And when do you want it and how much that you want. Wow, this is significantly going to change the internet as we know it. Media models, commerce models, advertising models, content models. They're all about to change on the internet. This is a massive change that's going to happen when the dominant entity on the internet becomes an agent, not humans. Number 3, big companies, of course, are not going to stand by and just let this happen to them, whether it's big tech or traditional corporates. They're going to launch their own APIs so agents can talk to them in a very fast way. Right now, the agents are simulating the human click path. It's too slow and too error-prone. And it also means that corporations are going to launch their own AI agents to be in collaboration with your consumer-side agent. That's what we saw with Salesforce's launch with Agentforce. Number 4, AI agents will impact enterprise in addition to consumer. We see them right now as assistants, but soon they'll be your colleagues, your boss, your partners, your customers, and even potentially your competitors. Which leads us to the final point of our forecast is that these AI agents are going to form a new type of an economy and a new type of social norms that we haven't seen before. I think the best way I can describe this is an autonomous organization, where we may not even know who created some of the agents we might be interacting with in the internet in a few years. They will be able to trade, buy, offer services, sell services, or create new agents, and we may not even know that there's a human actually creating those agents. The agents could self-replicate on their own. It's a wild thing to imagine that the future customer of your organization could be a group of agents. So that's the way that we see this market. I saw a ton of cameras come up, which is awesome. But I'll tell you what, here's how you can get the slides. This QR code is going to go to a Google form, and not only will you get my slides, I'll make sure that you're added to my newsletter, which has these insights on about a weekly basis, where I talk about what we see from the future. Thank you so much, San Francisco. I'm Jeremiah.
All right, I'm convinced I'm going to invest all my money in AI agents. Thank you so much, Jeremiah. Okay, so now for the fun part, we're going to do the pitch competition.
Almost.
Almost? Okay, what is next?
We're going to call up each of our judges to
Yes, I want to
introduce
introduce my
themselves.
judges.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
you're
I
going to do
have
that.
something to say about the judges. Okay.
Oh, you're introducing,
So-
but I'd also like to let them rebut. So
Yes.
introduce them, then everybody, judges get ready to come up. Marianne will give you the roast, then you get a rebuttal, then you get one answer to the rebuttal.
Yeah,
And
so I want to introduce our judges. Half the judges didn't make it for the rain, but those 3 judges that made it are my absolutely favorite people, and they didn't have a choice but to come here.
we
else I
do
was
have
gonna
a
go
fourth
to their
judge
house.
here.
There's a 4th judge?
Yes.
Where is the
Judge.
4th judge? I don't see the 4th. Okay, anyways, let me introduce the first 3 judges, and then if the 4th judge is here, we're going to introduce them as well. First off, well, you've met Jeremiah, and I just want to say something about Jeremiah, is that he hosts these amazing Llama Lounge, but in every single one of his lounge, I think 40% of the founders are female founders, and he's been absolutely one of the biggest allies for my women founder community, so I really appreciate you, Jeremiah. Thank you so much for doing that. Yeah, big round of applause. All right, the second judge is Jeni Chang. She's the managing director at Founders Institute. She is, yes, come on up, Jeni. All right. She basically is one of my closest friends, but also helps me a lot in my career decisions. She's great at helping founders with fundraising and giving them advice on go-to-market. So if you have any fundraising questions, go to her after. All right, Jeni, do you want to say a few words?
Hi, everyone. It's such a pleasure to meet you. Thank you, Marianne, for such kind words. Loved it. Basically, yes, I think I help founders in that regard as well. Yeah.
Okay.
And great if we can get everybody on stage for the live stream.
Okay, next up is Chris Saad.
Do you want
to come up?
And then bring them to the center
he
stage.
is coming to us all the way from Australia. And he has an amazing podcast. So Chris, do you want to say a few words? And he used to be at Uber. He also advises startups.
Hey everyone, thanks for having me. Looking forward to seeing the companies coming up. And yeah, we have a podcast. If you go to tsp.show or search for the Startup Podcast on Spotify or YouTube, you'll find it.
Thank you. And then our 4th judge, he is from LG Ventures. We're so excited to have you here. So please give us a few words about yourself.
Yeah, hi everybody. My name is Freddy. I'm a IoT and hardware hacker that also does a lot of AI hacking at home. I'm really excited about AI agents and particularly excited if anybody can make them run locally on consumer hardware.
Awesome. Okay, so how it's going to work, so we're going to have 6 pitches at first. We're going to take a 5-minute break and 6 other pitches, and then we're going to announce the 3 top winners at the end. And then there's going to be beer and hard seltzer, so stick around. All right, first up is Pavel, and then next.
Just before we do that, we'll give everybody, we're getting the judges ready with their scoring sheets.
Okay.
So we have 2 minutes to prep, and we will just let all the presenters know they have 5 minutes to present, and then it'll be followed by Q&A with the judges.
5 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, hi everyone, I'm Dr. Pavel Vinitsky, CEO and founder of Synexis. I'm serial entrepreneur for 24 years. I hold PhD in quantum, and for the last dozen of years, I work mostly with startups. And working with startups, building startups, and investing in startups, what I learned that fundraising is really tough. It's a separate job for founders. How many founders here in the room and fundraising now? Please raise up hands, yeah. Awesome, and how many of you are going to raise in the next 6-18 months but don't raise now? Awesome. So one advice I can give you now, start today. You know why? Because the time to raise money surged by 65% in the last 4 years. Founders have lack of insights into how VCs make decisions, red flags, how they function, and this is the reason why only less than 3% of initial VC interactions lead to start the due diligence. And this is the problem for the second part of the bench as well. How many investors do we have in the room now? Please raise up hands. Yay, thank you. And the thing is that, so how many applications you receive every week and months through all the channels? It's hundreds. And unfortunately, you have a low quality deal flow in the top of the VC funnel due to different reasons. Startups are not VC ready, or they don't fit your criteria. But when you start to learn about that and research them, you go to the existing flows of data, but existing solutions provide you passive. The data that is non-verified, often non-actual and inaccurate. And this leads to a situation when you have excessive time to analyze the companies and find the next unicorns. And this costs the industry $200 billion every year. This is why we create Synexis. It's a pre-diligence AI platform to transform how fundraising is working today for both sides, for startups and investors. We use AI agents and blockchain for data security, and AI agents for ultimate automation and precision. So for startups, what we do, we verify the data, we validate, generate, and enhance the documents for fundraising, making companies VC ready, and then we match them in a smart way according to more than 50 criteria. On top of that, we provide the possibility to generate automatically the updates for investors and reports on the invest money due. What we do for investors, we provide the startup pre-diligence. It's a validation and screening of all the startups, both from the incoming inbound flow of applications, and in the meantime providing from our side the validated, curated deal flow. And this is all based on the actual startup data that we collect on the platform, providing services to startups. And on top of that, we provide the collaborative tools for investors and syndicative tools to make the deals with other funds together. So this is how the platform looks like today. We are live, so we serve startups, and so don't panic, just count to infinity, we're almost there. This is an investor side. So it's active for both sides today. We generate memos, we help to find the best solution, the best companies to invest money in. And this is our team, so to execute the whole vision. It's a part of the story I told you, for sure. If you'd like to get more, talk to me after. So I have a great co-founder. I told about me. I have a great co-founder. We worked together for 5 years. We have an in-house development team, and we have a fantastic board of advisors in AI. From NVIDIA, we have legal and growth advisors, and so great team to execute. I have fantastic partners in this journey as well. So I'm part of Team Great Ecosystem. This is how I ended up here, to be here in Silicon Valley. We work with VNTR, it's the community of more than 4,000 investors and angels worldwide, and off-chain, and various universities, and on-board more accelerators today here in the Bay Area. So business model is transparent, so we provide premium for both sides. Just join today, you'll have the QR code in the end of the presentation. Join today, start using that. If you would like to get more value, then we have to start subscription for both sides, and we will introduce success fee in the next year. And market is huge, it's a $1 billion opportunity. We're going to reach 300,000 millions in the next 5-7 years. And so where we are now, we launched the platform in June. We have more than 200 companies already using us. We have more than 3,000 in the pipeline. And what will be the next for us is we are raising 1.5 million seed round. to reach our next milestone is 10,000 companies on the platform, 90K MRR, and jump to the next level to make the fully autonomous, 90% autonomous, 10% on the human in the loop for the ultra precision system for fundraising for both sides. Because we want founders to build their products, work with their clients, and investors to generate better revenues, to bring more value to the world and great ideas to be revealed. Thank you so much. And this is QR code, I promise. You're welcome to join today.
How many active investors do you have on the platform?
So we released the full investor functionality 2 weeks ago. We already onboarded a dozen of investors from our 400 network that I collected before starting releasing the functionality. So we have 400 in my personal network that now we reconnect to onboard. Before we provided them the deal flow only.
So I've seen probably about several hundred of these types of products in the last 3 months. What are the top 3 things that you think are different than most of what other companies are doing today?
So number one, we operate with the actual startup data. So most of the sources you will find it will be passive data. It's one time somewhere scraped or somewhere uploaded. We provide fantastic tools for founders, first of all, to give them opportunity to streamline their processes. And we make it in a secure way using the encryption and blockchain technologies to keep the important data and confidential data really secured. And that brings us an opportunity to operate with actual data consistently and provide the best insights for the investors. Second piece is the high level of digitalization of the algorithm for fits your criteria. So it's not just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we can let you know if this team have PhDs, how many years they work together, is there, I don't know, the alumni sort of specific universities accelerated. So all these things very deeply, because we want to save your time, we want to save their time, because that's why we can make much more efficient system. This is number 2 piece, yes, I told security data, and then the full automation. This is the piece. So our goal is to make the thing where we have the twins, we have the agents that will operate the whole process. And that's where the best companies will get the best finance in the world, yeah.
So I'm curious, how do you actually collect the data? Because to me, you could have an AI agent there that's conversing with a person, but I mean, as a VC, if there's a certain amount of data that's my criteria for investing, why don't I just hand out a Google form to every startup that wants to pitch to me?
Yeah, but the thing is that, so we can provide you, first of all, we provide integrations for founders with the existing tools they use. We provide them internal tools to manage a number of operations that simplify their flow, that they often not use or use not properly, or not make not properly. Number 2, number 3, we continuously request their updates because otherwise they will not have the possibility to match with investors. That's the whole point. And we also operate from another side of the bench. We provide great tools for VCs, accelerators, and that side of players. So they would use that for their portfolio companies and their cohorts and their application. That gives us an opportunity also to make a much wider network of things. And this is how we operate with that. Because data that you scrape, that doesn't provide the ensuring that it's not synthetic data or it's not all data. It's tough to find that thing. So from our side, it's always actual story. That's what completely differentiates us. And then the final end, it will be, yes, it will become conversational agents and stuff, so we will simplify even that process. We don't need forms anymore, because it's, like Jeremiah told, it's AI agent times, right? So we don't need it.
Okay.
Right.
We're all good?
Thank you.
So quick,
okay.
So in the next round,
The battery matters.
Okay, we'll do about 2 minutes of Q&A and maybe 1 quick question per judge.
All right. All right, next up is Anna. She's been one of our biggest supporters from day one. Again, what are we going to do for women founders after that? We're going to look which investors we know and we're going to introduce them to them. You can reach out to her on LinkedIn. All right, Anna, take the stage.
Thank you so much, Marianne. Thank you so much, Jeremiah, for the shout out earlier as well. So I'm Anna, and I'm co-founder of ScaleGrowth.ai, and we're here to build AI data analysts. So raise your hand. How many of you wish you have your own data analyst? Come on, I know you do. Great. Why don't you have one? Because they're like unicorns. They're expensive and hard to find. They cost about $250K a year, and 80% of companies still don't have one. And we're here to solve this problem. Meet Anna, my alter ego, and your AI data analyst at 10% of the cost, right? Anna will bring you actionable insight, be able to detect trends, and prepare all the contextual data for your every important decisions. And as an added bonus, she works 24/7, never sleeps. Working with Anna is easy. She integrates into your environment, let it be structured, unstructured data, and she'll do all these amazing things to get your data organized, ready for AI. And that's the first step. And this is actually a really hard problem to solve, to be able to give that actionable insight. And we crack the code. The way we're doing it, we're building Anna as if Anna is the AI analyst. I mean, the human data analyst. You can work with Anna as you are talking to human data analysts. You can ask her questions, you can tell her the way of working. You can also let her know what is your next quarter KPI. And she's gonna go out there, find the ways to find the data, find the insight to drive that KPI. And to ensure continuously improvement, there's actually an invisible AI manager to make sure Anna continue to improve and continue to learn. And that's how Anna can learn things human takes decades to learn just in a matter of months. While everybody else is building another fancy dashboard, another fancy tool for data analysts, we're actually creating AI analysts. We are really focused on product-led growth. The more Anna are deployed in different organizations, the better she will become. And also we're building a lot of features to really drive that viral effect. We just launched in September, October this year. Now we have 3 paid pilots, and we have about, each pilot is about 1.5 to 2K per month as MRR. And also we have 30 plus in the pipeline that are actively working with, and ranging from 2K to 10K MRR per customer. Our go-to-market strategy is we're targeting customer success team first, because they are the one never had the right from the finance team to hire a data analyst, and they really need one. We're helping them bring data from different aspects to give that important customer insight to do their job better. And then next market, we're targeting sales and revenue ops, and similarly, they also will leverage a lot with Anna's help. And lastly, we wanted to focus on more and more of the non-technical executives. They don't have the expert in data analytics, and they can use Anna through that natural language to get the decision they want. Our immediate market is about 100 million based on 50K in the customer success sector. And currently, there are 2.7 million shortage in data analysts. We're here to fill that gap. We're the perfect team to build this. Prior to this venture, I've been running a product marketing agency and work with a lot of executives to help them to solve their problem. And my co-founder, he built 3 world-class data-driven recommendation engine. We're bringing all that important knowledge into our platform. And one of his claim of fame is he used to be CTO at Indiegogo, Redbubble. He took Yelp's mobile app to the top 10 in the world. We're preparing for fundraising in January. We're going to raise $2 million on the safe. Our milestone is to achieve 1.5 million within 12 to 16 months. And we're going to spend that money is go to market, and 35% on product and 15% on vertical integration and certifications. I welcome you all to join our Reimagine the next data analyst. And if you know any organization who can benefit from us, please make that introduction. And if you're an investor who are interested in what we do, I would love to connect with you as well. Thank you so much. Questions?
Judges' questions. You have the mic?
I love this part. Usually we don't get to ask questions.
They're stumped.
Oh wait, this is it. Oh.
Hey, Anna, do you have any distribution channels, like you're working with any enterprises or consulting firms? Like, how are you going to get your product to market?
Yes, currently we're actually partnered with multiple AI consulting firms. They are the one already established relationship with enterprises, and they are our first level of partnership to go into enterprise. At the same time, we're also discovering other channels to go into enterprise.
Very briefly, could you tell me a little bit more about your pilots, the companies that you're working with? What is your goal? Is it a pilot for 6 months, 3 months? What are you going to accomplish, and then where are you going to go from there?
Yeah, great question. Actually, one of the pilot is with a government agency. They were able to use our AI analysts to generate a report and help them secure fundings. And the other one is a large private network. They were able to help use our AI analysts to help them identify what content, what data, what content their member care about, and help them to drive that engagement rate drastically. And the last one is with a pharma company. What we're helping them is to bring different sources of data and also different aspects of what they're working with into a unified interface where they create this Ask Me kind of experience for all of their sales team to be able to drive their sales.
Sorry, I may have spaced, but did you have a screenshot or an example of what the product looks like?
Since our goal is really to make this to become a conversational interface, our main interface down the line is going to be a chatbot interface, agentic interface. Our goal is to never a minute you need to dive into data or another dashboard. You can just talk to our AI analyst, agentic solution.
All right, next up is Francis Dion. I'm just going to say his name in French. Francis Dion, and then he is presenting STS.
I'm going to cheat and take some time. Yeah! Who knows what that number is? What it means?
It's the,
42.
It's the answer when you ask ChatGPT what a random number is and you set the temperature to 0.
Is that a fact?
It is a fact.
That's very cool. Thank you very much.
I have it tattooed on me right here. The answer to life, the universe, and everything.
Exactly. This is our website, by the way, STS42.
Okay, you're on. 5 minutes on the clock.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Francis Dion. I'm here to talk to you about the strategic thinking systems, which is a hybrid agentic and co-pilot platform to help people collaborate, align, decide, and plan. Let's start with the problem. There are $5 trillion that are being spent every year at financial institutions on projects. Projects is what those organizations do to meet their customers' demand, their future demands. Sadly, 3 trillion of those 5 trillion goes to waste, completely down the drain, no value created for customers or for shareholders. Let's make it real a little bit. Let me introduce you to Susie. Susie is the project management, something weird in the middle here. Susie is a project management office manager for a leading bank, and she's responsible for 5,000 project managers. And she knows that her bank is spending 1.6 billion every year on projects that will not deliver on the expected value. Furthermore, she knows why. Actually, everybody knows why. The reason for projects that fail is because of a lack of alignment of stakeholders and poorly defined requirements. Let's see what happens when we use STS. So STS, let's say with STS, the project management office is self-onboarded, so it's an easy-to-use platform. With it, they can remove the friction that exists in stakeholder mediation, so making people agree with each other. They can engage everyone in the process in one single session as opposed to multi-weeks of meetings and emails and Slack messages. And then they win the full commitment of everyone involved behind the project. The value created for the business is $320 million for that one bank that Suzy is able to add to the bottom line of that organization. What SCS offers is a better way to collaborate with LLMs, combining Agentic AI and CopilotAI. Essentially, it's multiple users, multiple AI working together in real time and asynchronously to fix that problem, to find a solution. We have unique content with over 100 thinking templates, proprietary algorithms. We are collecting data to custom train and fine-tune models. We also have the right team to deliver on this. I am myself a multiple exit entrepreneur, and everyone that works on SCS has been delivering projects, working with project managers, training them, and consulting for organizations of that size. We have network effect distribution. The product is viral. People that use it become ambassadors and prescribers. And we have also stickiness. Once you put data on our system, you don't want to leave the system because all of your project, all of your history is there. Our go-to-market is a combination of community-based, professional using it, being prescribers and teams, and all the way to enterprise, where we can also do direct and channel sales. Customers love STS. This is an actual quote from the leader of the Project Management Institute chapter that says that finally a tool for starting a project. There is tons of technology to help you manage projects, but nothing that helps you start it on the right footing, where it counts, where the money is. We have traction. We have launched our MVP in May of this year. Our first business client was signed during the summer. We have 300 users now, 50 paying for 6 clients. What's next for us is to accelerate our market expansion within the financial sector. This is a $3 billion pie annually, and then prepare for expansion into other project-intensive industries. That's a $13 billion pie. The opportunity is for $2 million, rolling close safe, cap $8 million, post 20% discount. And I really like Jeremiah when we talked about the colleagues earlier. This is exactly how we call our AI friend on the platform. Get your piece of the $13 billion pie and come see me if you want to know how to make money together. And you can use it for yourself also, it's free. Thank you.
Over to the judges.
So I've actually advised a company in this kind of PMO space, and it's a, very, very complicated. I'm curious what your thoughts are on the idea that like the org structure of a PMO is obsolete versus squads and OKRs and agile processes, and like really these companies need to rotate out of these central PMO structures.
So I think we've tried. Like I've been around the project management in large organizations all my professional career. I've seen waterfall, agile, CMM. There's design thinking, a whole bunch of approaches. None of these make really a whole lot of difference. I think that AI is presenting us with a unique opportunity. AI cannot decide for ourselves, but it can help us decide in that specific context. And that, I think, is what's going to make a difference.
You said you have some customers. How much are they paying? What are you forecasting as your revenue for next year? Current revenue next year?
Yeah. So we're just started. So right now our customers are paying just the same as ChatGPT. It's $7 a month. But one of those customers that started to that, as I mentioned, we're starting from the ground up. One of that customer, after 2 weeks, called us, said, I'm going to pay you $15,000 to onboard all my process documents because then I want to sell that to my clients and my clients to sell that to their clients. So he's serving CPAs and he's helping them with strategic thinking, strategic planning. Our forecast revenue in 12 months is to reach $1 million in revenue, and the way we achieve that is by onboarding a lot of the larger organizations. We're in discussions right now with a few banks, a few insurance companies, and we're looking to close paid pilots with them.
This might just be showing my ignorance a little bit, but what are these projects that that people are needing management software for? I mean, maybe I've always worked on small teams. You just do the work. I'm wondering what this actually is.
So, like any bank of any significance will have thousands of project managers, and those project managers will do anything like launching a new affinity program, opening a new branch, integrating a new software into the organization. Actually, one of our first interview large bank customer that we talked to, her project is to integrate AI into project management practices. And what I did is, it's a pretty interesting story. Just before the call, I asked her, send me an email, give me like your high-level requirements for your project of integrating AI in project management. And then I use that to demonstrate the value of the platform.
But so do these organizations then just have entire teams of people walking around whose entire job?
Really?
Yeah.
Central project management.
Yes.
Hands and scratch.
Yeah.
Your company LG has
Go to your company's LinkedIn profile and look at how many people have project managers as their job, and then look at the other column, how many of them have project management as their top skills. It's probably the majority of them. It's a big.
Thank you. So, and we're gonna keep the Q&A to 2 minutes. So for presenters, just watch the clock and imagine 30 seconds per question.
Tell them.
Oh yeah. No, you're all good. We're not going to count anything against anybody.
All right. Next up is Jeni Subgang, and she is building Biz.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Jeni. Nice to meet you. First shout out to Jeremiah for bringing good energy. I really appreciated that.
Yeah.
Woo! Let me tell you a little story. I'm going to take you on a journey. So my CTO is the kind of guy who hacked into his university 3 times, got found out by the 3rd time, kicked out, definitely did not write code for 3-letter agencies in the UK, and then sold his first AI startup before he was 23, before GPT 3.5 hit the market. So when AI was actually not that cool. I, on the other hand, am a little bit of a weirdo. And this is how our team discussions look. Normally, the thing is, I'm not the hot blonde. I'm the weird guy with the glasses, and I'm going to red pill you on something that are called boring businesses. Laundromats, electricians, nurseries. If it looks like the place runs on fax machines and has no mode, I want to buy it. Damn it, we came to talk about AI, and now she's talking about the most boring of businesses you never wanted to touch. Well, I'm decently good at making my tech team build technology for that, and I'm also decently good at getting other people to care about boring businesses. This has been around since July. As you see, August to November, the number is going up. I'm very happy. And how do I get other people to care about this, and why do they even care? Well, it turns out the boomers are getting older, in case you haven't noticed. It's called the Great Wealth Transfer. They are retiring, and they own a lot of these essential cash flowing, never updated from the 1980s businesses that are very essential and actually underpinning our communities. Now, next to underpinning our communities, there's also a lot of money in there. There's about 5.1 trillion that is going to change hands. You're going to buy it. I'm going to buy it. It's closing down, and the competition or PE roll-up is taking the market share. But this number will be moving because, again, it's laundromats and electricians. They're not about to automate it away by AI. So I'm not the only one, and you're not the only one who might want to have 1% of this market, 51 billion. the search term for how to buy a business is going up. This is, I think, what fluctuators call it, like inflection point. I'm really, really interested about the people who are Googling how to buy a business. Not the kids from Harvard and Stanford who are calling up their mates and their mates' fathers to run a search fund, but the people who have worked for Microsoft for 5 years. That was one of my earliest customer interviews. 5 years at Microsoft, dropped out, spent 6 months listening to The Laundromat Millionaire on Spotify. It's a wild ride in case you've never done it. And now has 2 laundromats netting him shy of $500,000 every year, and he's enjoying life. Those are the people who Google how to buy a business. Now, one problem with that, finance is kind of gatekept how to do that, and most people don't like doing a DCM. And the skill set to run your local electricians is very different than the skill set to due diligence such a business and model the financial forecast. So, very easy, we help them do that. This is basically your AI due diligence companion. And I'm very cautiously saying companion because we don't think that you should chat to something. We think that information should be provided in the way you want it, and then the information should come to your way. It did listen. Thanks. And in this case, we help you filter out. So the end idea is you should be able to give us a business, an idea, and we help you find the dead bodies, whether that is the dead bodies in the market, the competitors that are on Google Maps that we can just scrape data from, whether that is dead bodies in financials, whether the numbers are dodged, etc. Those kind of things. In essence, making it 10 times cheaper and 100 times faster for you to buy the right business. How the whole thing looks right now, we're doing a stage demo because it normally takes 30 minutes. You can give us a website, either a listing, biz by sell, etc. or a business you're thinking about because you know the owner is getting older. And then 30 minutes later, you get a little report, you get a rough overview. If you're looking at a UK business, you can even get financial data from the web. We have a couple of agents for that. And then you get a to-do list. If it's good enough for the US military, it's probably good enough for us. Everybody loves a Kanban board. And so there's lots of different AI agents going around, each doing their own task, helping you. And then a little bit like Clippy or Duolingo, the green board is coming out and telling you what to do next, if this is a good business, if you should run as fast as you can. Basically, what Shopify did to e-commerce is what we're planning to do to private equity and boring businesses. So if you see a lot of young people on TikTok soon talking about going to buy a laundromat, that was me, Kemi Sanchez. Thank you so much for your time. If you want more information, here you go.
What is your business model?
Yes. I like creating new financial products, and as you said earlier, the future of settlement is with stables. We actually build Web3 native. I don't say this bad word anymore in San Francisco because I get kicked out. But we take the money at the transaction point, and long-term vision is that we actually build a bank underneath this that bundles these together, creates derivative products, structured financial products on all of US private equity. We could SaaS this if that doesn't work, but I like creating financial products a lot more than SaaS.
That's low frequency SaaS.
How do you collect financial data about these companies? Because if I'm looking to buy a business, I think the most important things I look at are the revenue, the profitability, things like that, and that's especially for a small private business that's private.
Yeah, absolutely. So depending on the journey, we do a lot of market information first to filter out if this business is just a bad idea. Restaurants and cafe, everybody's favorite, 90% failure rate. We always tell users, don't do this, you're losing money. In the UK, we can grab the data online from Companies House because companies submit end-of-year reports of assets and liabilities. In the US, we normally tell the user, here's a way to email the seller to get this data, and step 2 at some point is because most sellers are motivated, they want to sell, right? They're retiring, is to integrate into their QuickBooks and other software they're using via API and just get that data.
I think I might have missed this. Who are you targeting for this? It sounded like small businesses, sort of. I got a little bit confused with the laundromat. And then how are you reaching them?
Yeah, we're targeting the people who are Googling how to buy a business, who are moving into this market, the new kind of entrepreneur who's looking at either leaving the W2 or substituting the W2. They have between 20 and 200K to invest. It's not quite enough for a house, but they want something else than S&P 500. Those are the people we're looking at. As you see, the search term for how to buy a business has been going on 60% in the last 2 years. And we really see us as creating the market as we develop our platform and increasing that percentage of users who are looking to go buy business.
I see. Okay.
So I love this because a lot of Silicon Valley founders just don't understand small, boring bricks and mortar businesses. So it's a lot of white space, I'd say. And thank you for showing some real product screenshots and workflow. How are you thinking about capturing cash flow under the table type stuff? Because a lot of these businesses are just skimming money in their in their pockets between every other transaction.
Okay, so my favorite way to do this as a buyer, and I started developing this because I was looking into this, is seller financing and forgivable seller note. There's no real way to capture this other than to trust the seller, and what we care about is that we safeguard the user against using their money and getting wrecked, right? So we'll be like, okay, if the seller argues there's only 50K on the tax return because they've all done it underneath the hand, but there's another 100K, that 100K should be a very forgivable seller note staged over at least 12 months, ideally like 2 to 3 years. And if you hit that revenue, because it's true, then you repay the seller. The sellers are a little bit on the lower negotiation power side here, so they kind of need to go with this.
Thank you, Janine. Everybody, big hand.
All right, next up we have Vijay Koduri from Sizzle. And then after that we have Kemi Bolatito from Scooly. So Kemi, if you want to come here.
Hi everyone, I'm Vijay Koduri, co-founder of Sizzle. Great to be here. And we're going to talk about gaming. So at Sizzle we do AI to make gaming highlights. My background, I spent many years at Google. I was on the founding team of Google Pay. My co-founder is from the video editing industry. Alex is from the gaming industry. And our advisor Rob was the former chief revenue officer of Activision Blizzard. So gaming is the largest content category. There's over 8 million creators generating 18 million hours of content every week and being consumed by about 3 billion people around the world. And if you're a gaming creator, your life is really hard. First, you have to stream 6 to 8 hours every day on Twitch or YouTube. Then you have to create clips of that to post on social media so people discover you. Then you have to engage your audience in Discord. And finally, if you're successful at all that, then you can make money by partnering with brands. Very few do that. So what we do is we help with the bottom 3 things. So they can focus on streaming on Twitch and YouTube, and we'll handle the rest. So the first thing we do is we generate highlights. We take an 8-hour stream and we figure out 15-second clips. So the way we do that is we analyze the video, the audio, and the chat. The video tells us what's happening in each game, in Fortnite, in FIFA, in Call of Duty, whatever they're playing. We figure out, is it a kill, is it a goal, etc. The audio and the chat give us excitement factors to tell us what are the best moments. Here's our streamer dashboard. It's used by 100,000 creators. On the left is their streams from Twitch and YouTube. In the middle is our output, both clips and compilations that they can review, and then one-click share to social media. And for a lot of streamers, it is a must-have tool. CB Insights actually put us in the top right quadrant because they said our AI was better than competitors and our management team scored the highest. Our go-to-market is Discord. There's over 200 million monthly actives in Discord, most of them gamers. And we've partnered with 80 huge Discord servers reaching over 12 million PC gamers. And we've done all of this just in the last 7 months. We beta tested this offering in April. So we're really at the start of that growth curve. And what we're doing here is we're bringing in brands onto our clips to connect brands with these PC gamers. Brands like HP that are selling laptops and software for gamers. So HP sponsored one of our recent tournaments. They generated millions of views on Discord for their brand. And here's what an ad looks like. At first I guess the video didn't come through on the conversion. But basically we have 3 different ad formats. One, we have a split screen where we can insert the brand on the top. Second, we can do an overlay ad. And the overlay ad is basically our AI will figure out where there's nothing in the video, no face cam, no gaming action, and we'll auto-insert it there. And third, we can do an in-clip ad where our AI detects a planar surface in the actual gaming clip and can superimpose. So here's an example of an in-clip planar ad where we detect that wall and we impose McDonald's right then and there on top of that. So the idea of this is we actually showed this. We had a great meeting with Discord, with the head of sales at Discord, and we showed them all this, and they loved it because nobody wants to see a pre-roll or a post-roll ad. No one wants to watch a 15-second ad before a 15-second clip. So they love the fact of how we're integrating the ads into the clips themselves. We're making money today from streamer subscriptions. And our in-clip ads are sort of at the early stages, but we see a lot of growth there. We're going to get to 1 million ARR by early next year. And we'll hit about 75 million in a few years. And the reason is we're tapping into two big market trends, gaming subscriptions and also in-game advertising, and we're doing a flavor of that in-game advertising. In terms of revenue, in terms of funding, I should say, we've raised $6 million so far. And we're currently raising a 1.5 million seed extension. $1 million of that is already committed. We actually won a recent national pitch competition in Indiana. So we have about 500,000 remaining, and happy to talk to any of the investors to close that. But with that, thanks a lot for your time. We appreciate it, and happy to take questions. Yes.
So how does your product get to market? How do the streamers find out about it?
Yeah, great question. So it's a lot of word of mouth, organic, people find out. Second, through Discord, we work with a lot of Discord communities that are also inclusive of a lot of streamers. So when we post highlights in Discord, the streamers find out. And third, we do a little bit of influencer marketing. We work with influencers that are talking about streaming best practices. Guys like Senpai Gaming, where a lot of up-and-coming streamers listen to him, and if he says, hey, go to Sizzle to do your highlights, we get a bunch of people coming to our site. So right now, a lot of gamers know about us, and that number is growing.
If I heard correctly, it sounded like you're raising a seed bridge. Is that?
Yeah, that's right, a seed extension. We raised our seed round a couple of years ago, and now we're just doing a $1.5 million extension, and then a year from now, we want to do the Series A.
Could you just give me a really quick 30-second rundown on your traction between then and now?
Yeah, so we launched everything. Most of what you see is all between then and now.
Oh, and I mean viewers, just dollars. Dollars.
Oh, in terms of revenue? No, we focus on users mostly. So in Discord, we have 12 million users, 12 million viewers of our clips. Now we're in the early stages of advertising. We generate a little bit of money from subscriptions, like on the order of 100 to 200K. But we see the big money coming from advertising. And we're also working on platform partnerships to try to plug into Discord, to plug into Microsoft, and those could be huge. And those conversations have started.
Sure. Okay, so your pre-seed bridge, conversation started, partnerships, and that's where you're going to get most of your revenue?
Yeah, the revenue, the advertising has started, and that's going to be growing over the next year.
Got it. Okay.
I love this. You're like a next generation distributed asynchronous esports broadcaster or something. Like you're buying up all the inventory or consuming it all that, running ads. I don't have any questions. It sounds cool.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, that's exactly right. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Big hand. Big hand. Well, you want me to call up Kemi Bolatito? Is coming on up, and I have a battery for you if you need one for the mic. But come grab this mic, that one's dead. And this is going to be our final presentation pitch presentation for this session, and then we're going to go into session 2 after a few minute break. So don't worry, we'll give you all like a little chance to get up, 7th inning stretch.
And Kemi is coming from my country, Canada. So say hi to him.
Hi everyone. Yeah, my name is Kemi. As Marianne said, I'm from Canada. Any Canadian in the house? Woohoo! Nice to meet you guys. Well, I'm here today to talk to you about Scooly. Scooly is in an $100 billion immigration industry, in which fraud is very rampant. And that's what we're talking about today. Scooly was born out of pain that I personally have to experience with some of my clients. My name is Kemi. I'm a 3-time founder. My previous venture, we made over $4 million in those companies. And I went into immigration practice to help people. And in my course of work in that immigration, I saw a lot of problems because there is no technology advancement in connecting people directly to the right people to help them with their immigration. People find someone on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram. Someone told me yesterday she found an immigration lawyer on Facebook Market. That's something we need to fix, and that's why we decided to build Scooly. I'm not building Scooly alone. I'm building it with this world-class team. My co-founder, which is my husband, we both have founded 2 previous companies that we built to $4 million in revenue. Our CTO has led team at DigitalOcean, and our VP of partnership at work with global company. We recently joined by advisors from Global VC in UK, a lawyer from Bennett Jones, which is a global law firm, and Nkechi is a VP of Technology Operations from Export Development Canada. The cost of admission offer, when you need to get to a school abroad, is over $100 billion that is being brought in by international students. And if you're an international student here, you can attest to that, how much you pay to be able to school abroad. And in that industry, one of the problems is when people even get admission, there is unlicensed visa agents that tend to take money out of people's hands and will not deliver on the job, and then get them in trouble. Last year, I experienced one that really touched me to start Scooly. A client called my office and said, I need help. I've been asked to leave the country. Then I asked what happened, and he told me he got a fake admission offer. He has wasted $40,000, and now immigration is asking him to leave the country. And I can imagine what that felt like. If I'm immigrating to a country, I spent so much money and lost everything to immigration scam. So I decided to do something about it. So we built an AI-enabled platform that will be able to connect students to schools and also connect them to a marketplace of lawyers and immigration experts. And we built this feature to be able to have an AI admission tool where you just one click and you are able to submit your application through us to any school you want to go in the world. We also decided to add on that feature of Visa Marketplace so that you don't have to struggle through your visa application process. And as we are building in the future, we are adding a payment platform where you can move your money abroad before you arrive in your destination country. Our intention is to be able to onboard 1 million users in the next 5 years. It may look ambitious to you. 20 million people actually apply either for non-immigrant or immigrant visa every year. And we will do that and be able to successfully bring in $150 million in revenue annually at the end of year 5. While we were building, we gained early traction. I built a small website myself that we were using for intake with clients, and we were able to bring in $40K in revenue from that. Our competitors, as you can see, not one single of them could actually compete with us with our features that we have on Scooly. We are raising currently $1 million pre-seed round on SAFE for us to be able to get to $2 million in revenue by 2026. We are going to market. We've already launched in Canada. We are launching in the US soon, in the next couple of weeks. We would like you to join us. We are looking for advisors, mentors to be able to help us to take Scooly global. Thank you.
Minute and a half of judging questions.
My first question is just understanding the market need a little bit better. So are you saying, when I applied to schools, you would have to write essays and write personal things and fill in a ton of data, and there were people trying to fix this with things like the Common App, but there was intentionally, by design, a barrier to make it hard to apply so that you'd only apply if you actually really wanted to go. It feels like the school application problem is a very different problem. Well, so first of all, how does AI solve that unless it's just writing your essays for you? And then second off, that feels like a very separate problem than the immigration lawyer problem, and I'm curious why you're trying to pair those together.
Yes, our AI tool is not to do your purpose or the statement of purpose for you or to do your essays for you. Our AI tool is to be able to match you with school instantly, that you don't have to score hundreds of school online yourself through going to Google search engine or going on different platforms. But through our platform, our tool will be able to match you based on your budget, country you want to go to, and be able to tell you the checklist of documents you need to be able to submit your application.
Any other questions?
Thank you. Okay, we're going to take a 5-minute break, and then we're going to come back with our next 5 pitching startups.
Thank you so much, Dion. So, hello everyone. My name is Ritik. Currently, I'm interning with Fetch.ai, and I'm a student at San Jose University, and I'm currently pursuing my master's in computer science. This is the project that we built using Fetch.ai. It is called Automate. So basically, what Automate does is it's a suite of agents for all your corporate needs. So just imagine like you are saving 30% of your time doing day-to-day tasks in your day-to-day life in your corporate world. So what we do is we have a set of agents. So for example, these are the current agents we have. So like there's this meeting transcription agent. So what it does is it would join your meeting across the platform. We support Zoom, Google Meet, Cisco WebEx, etc. It would join the meeting and it would transcribe everything and it would store it to a database. Then comes the second agent, that is Slack agent. The Slack agent would contact the first agent and it would create summaries and what all action items are discussed in the meeting, and it would post on the Slack channel. The third is the Jira ticketing agent. If a Jira ticket is being discussed in the meeting, it would automatically go to the Jira and it would create a ticket on your behalf and it would add it to the backlog. And then comes the GitHub issue. It would detect the GitHub repository we're talking about and it would create the issue on that. And there's this interactive meeting agent. So if you miss any meeting, you can just go and you can select the meeting and you can talk with the meeting. Also, like the possibilities are endless. You can create agents using Asana, you can create agents using video, and you can just add it over here. So like you can use agent chaining and do it. So we used Python and we used the UAgents library. It is a framework provided by Fetch.ai to create agents, and it also supports agent chaining. So how this is better than current market leaders, such as OtterAI or Microsoft 365. So like they provide some set of features, like OtterAI provides some set of features and Microsoft 365 provides some set of features, but there is no comprehensive product for that. So here's where Automate comes in here. So we have like cross-platform compatibility, as I mentioned earlier. We have unlimited agent chaining, so you could just chain agents and it could create a pipeline for everything. And obviously we support scalability and customization. And like just imagine a scenario where weekly team meeting is being transcribed and the summary is posted on Slack, and then some Jira tickets are created and some data issues are being posted on. So like it would make our lives so much easier. So the road ahead is that vision is to expand the Automate by integrating more AI agents and hosting it on the platform Agentverse. So Agentverse is a platform by Fetch.ai. What it does is it allows you to host your agents over there so that everyone could use it, and all the AI agents are discoverable all over the world. So here are some examples that we created, the Slack example and Jira example, where the tickets are automatically created. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, big hands. Okay, we're getting back.
Next up, I want to introduce Swifty. Come on up. Saad from Swifty.
Hi everyone, I hope you enjoyed your pizzas and beers during the break. So I'm coming here all the way from Berlin, the techno capital. I'm here to tell you a bit more about travel agents when the video will be on. So I don't think it's on.
What does this remind you of? No. Oh, Trump dancing. Yes, we have a winner. We have Trump is on one of these. Yeah, that's right. Then you see it like that. That was even worse than Trump dancing. It's amazing. Yeah. No. I'm
Okay, that was a false start. We're starting with 5 minutes on the clock. Ready and go!
Awesome. So Swifty is a conversational AI travel booking engine. But before I tell you about our product, I'm Stas, I'm the co-founder and CEO. Before that, I was leading a travel team at a unicorn, and I was also a management consultant, where I got this idea. So let me tell you about how the travel booking will happen in the future. Well, we believe that there's a bunch of travel that people currently don't want to do, and they have to go through a long and arduous process of either clicking or talking to an agent, while ideally they would have it just taken off their shoulders quickly. So we believe that there are 3 components to the agentic travel booking. First of them is the engine, so something that knows you really well and can act on your behalf. Second, it should be connected to the live inventory, such as flights, hotels, trains, ride-hailing, activities, anything that you can imagine. And finally, we have a philosophy that it doesn't have to be a third place, it can be where the user already is, in your calendar, in your Slack, in your CRM. Travel arrangement on average takes over 2 hours per trip, and airline UX is inefficient, over 10 steps, and upsell and booking with a human agent is outdated and slow and expensive as well. That's about $50 per trip. What we do with that is with Swifty, we book your trip in the next 5 minutes. You can chat or speak to Swifty to get your flights, hotels, trains. We have enterprise features with receipts and travel policies, and we earn money by white labeling. So we provide this to airlines, hotel chains, and travel management companies. We don't stop at being a chatbot or chat interface. The philosophy is that any intent of the user to book their travel should be translated into the booking itself. That means your conference invite. You can just add Swifty to the calendar invite there. Another way is your voice message. So from the airline website, send a voice message and Swifty will book your trip. We are already running pilots with major airlines. With one airline, we are opening a booking through the messenger for them in Japan. And for another airline, we integrate voice-based booking onto their website. For the TMCs and travel agencies, TMCs are travel management companies for corporates, we save about 2 to 4 hours for each agent to book their trip. We sit on top of their email inbox, and instead of searching and filtering themselves, agents simply forward the email to Swifty, and Swifty arranges the whole trips and comes up with flights and hotel options according to all the corporate restrictions and policies. The hardest thing here is to build an accurate agent that understands you from the first time and that can act on your behalf accurately. So in order to achieve that accuracy, we've built the validation framework for an agent. We know that our partner airline tried working with Google and Amadeus, the companies that are giant in the travel industry, and they didn't achieve the results, so they have turned their help to us. And with over a year, we are the only commercially available solution that can do an end-to-end booking from a single voice message. We are backed by Lufthansa. We have a strategic partner, Expedia, which gives us access to over 600,000 hotels across the world. We have access to 90% of global airlines and all rails in European Union. This is just the beginning. We are also in conversations with Uber, Bolt, and many activity providers. The market of travel booking is massive, over 500 billion on the major OTAs platforms, TMCs, and we believe that a significant chunk of that will be booked with agents. The revenue potential from a very small and modest take rate is over 1.2 billion euros per year. This is our target customers, so that you understand who we're working with. Those are Amex GBT, your credit card and travel provider, Singapore Airlines, Navan, Deutsche Bahn, any travel company that you can imagine. We charge them a commission per booking, plus a SaaS fee, a recurring SaaS fee in the size of 1 to 10,000 euros per month. We have already contracted 4 of those large travel companies. Every single customer of ours is over 5 billion in size, and each pilot is 30,000 euros revenue on average. And if we get a 10% penetration in only the first customer, we get to about 10 million revenue with only one customer. So we are raising 1.5 million euros or $1.6 million to get us to 1.5 million ARR for the next year. And our team is pretty stellar. So I was leading a business unit at a unicorn Get Your Guide with 60 million P&L and was a management consultant. My co-founder was a head of product and engineering in multiple unicorns and scale-ups. So if you'd like to invest, scan a QR code, write down my email, and chat with me later. Thank you.
Interesting. Why not focus on B2C and disrupt all of these other things?
Okay, can you repeat the question?
Why B2B? Why not focus on B2C and disrupt all the other players?
B2C travel is an awful business where the customer acquisition cost is hard to over...
Sorry, I mean not selling SaaS to the airlines, but rather being the next Booking.com, the AI native Booking.com,
Yeah.
but for commercial travel.
So this is a pretty bad business because customers usually do not pay for travel, and the only margins they get is from the affiliate companies. So they get a 5% commission max, and they pay about 50 euros for customer acquisition. Booking.com and others are the largest advertisers on Google, and it's impossible to compete in this red ocean. Every single travel planner and OTA that launched in the past 15 years has failed.
What's your revenue right now, and when did you start?
So we are at 120,000 in signed contracts, and half of which we have incurred. So 60,000 euros is already in our bank account, and another 60,000 we are getting day by day. We have started with this business model in this June, and before that we launched our user-facing product last year, but since then we've pivoted towards B2B for the reasons that I've mentioned.
Thank you so much. Next up is Miles Maggio from Kingdom Stays.
Hopefully this works. Hey guys, we haven't started yet. Okay. Hey guys, everyone in here, I need your help. If I can get your attention. Who here is from out of town? Raise your hand really high. Really high? Who's from out of town? Okay, who here has had an issue at their hotel or Airbnb before? Raise them high. There we go. Awesome. So, thank you for the attention. So I'm Miles, I'm here. And so we built the very first AI autopilot for hospitality. We're here to solve that issue. So currently, right now, in the vacation rental property management company, as well as the hotel industry, management companies charge anywhere between 20 to 40% in gross booking revenue. So there's major challenges and inconsistency in most regions. Major challenges throughout the market. Brian Chesky, even though he wasn't supposed to admit it, there's a perceived challenge to being able to manage short-term rentals and hospitality at large. And he owns Airbnb. He's the CEO of Airbnb, so he's not supposed to say that. But he says this actually prevents 1 million more listings of coming on the platform. More on that later. If you're concerned about Airbnb, please ask about that. But with the efficiency afforded to us by AI, we're now currently able to charge around $3,000 per year per listing, a 10x improvement in cost efficiency. And that's exactly why we've grown. 31%, over 31% in the last 10 months. And now have 32 listings in our sales pipeline, a potential of over tripling our revenue in ARR maybe potentially over the next couple of months, we'll see. Now, it's a large market. There's currently 24 million active listings globally and more that can be unlocked. So at $3,000 per listing annually as a B2B SaaS subscription software, we're talking about a blue ocean new market opening up for AI agents, opening up here as a $72 billion annual market, disrupting the market entirely. Now, there's a lot involved with vacation rental property management and hospitality management, and the black line shows the full service end-to-end automation that we currently have so far. I'll show a video here soon, but the full vision is to have AHI, Artificial Hospitality Intelligence, entire full end-to-end hospitality AI agent. And now I need help with showing the video.
Go full screen, you got it. You don't need help.
No audio, but I can go through here. Guest reported an issue, so it actually goes back and forth troubleshooting the issue. This is the actual functionality of what we have currently. It automatically reaches out to the paid user, in this case, the property manager, and goes back and forth, receives their preferred, their preference on what to do in this situation, and saves it. So now it's feeling much more like onboarding an employee than actually onboarding a B2B SaaS subscription software. Making it very easy. We have their information and preference stack, making it very sticky far into the future. Again, more issues arise, troubleshooting back and forth, automatically reaching out to the team, automatically. We're talking about maintenance, cleaning team, and any other points of contact at the property management company. This is live and active today, folks. This is not the future. We are here today, as of recent. Going back. And next. Awesome. And Kingdom Stays is the very first AI autopilot for hospitality. With the very first end-to-end AI solution for full service hospitality specialization. And although there's a lot of items in, a lot of software subscriptions in the market, we're the first full service AI autopilot. So with Founder Market Fit, me and my co-founder have 12 plus years of experience in vacation rental property management. I specialize as a technical founder of software engineering, and my co-founder has deep B2B sales. So we're going to take over the industry. We're raising $1.5 million, expecting to oversubscribe, on track to oversubscribe to $2 million, and expect to hit $2 million in ARR by Q4 of 2024. So join us on this journey as we disrupt the hospitality industry at large. And make sure to see our demo because it actually works. Thank you.
All right, quick question.
Yeah, I have a question. So what's stopping Airbnb from doing this themselves?
Good, excellent question. One of the best questions. And we are here. Brian Chesky, the CEO of Airbnb, went on 2 podcasts this month and last month, of which he detailed what is called a co-host network, a 2-sided marketplace matching management companies like an AI, and as well as the property partners, meaning they're trying to establish a 2-sided marketplace. If Brian Chesky tries to disrupt this industry outside of just simple guest relations, they'll be actually cannibalizing their own marketplace at that point. Number 2, Brian Chesky's demonstrated skepticism in both podcasts. If you listen to them carefully, he demonstrated he believes that AI agents actually will take 2 years to play out, giving us a 2-year head start. So Brian Chesky admittedly is not focused on this, but wanted to go into ancillary markets as a primary focus, and him being a top-down CEO and manager. Yeah.
30 seconds left for questions. Any other questions? We've been told by Marianne one question.
All right, okay. Awesome. We're gonna go up next with Ria Maram from Persona AI.
Cool. Hi everyone. I am Surya from Persona AI, and we are the super app for AI-powered prospecting. And me and my co-founder met while working at LinkedIn. So we were there for about 4 years, and he's been in ML for about like 7 years. So we've been in the AI/B2B sales space for a while. And over there, we saw how important B2B data is. However, right now, there are too many different data sources or providers. Talk to any sales team and they're paying for like an expensive annual ZoomInfo subscription and thousands of other subscriptions as well. On top of that, building and converting a lead list with your ideal customer profile is extremely hard. Spray and pray is just not working anymore, so you have to start getting more creative with your go-to-market processes. And on top of that, there isn't a standardized way to use AI in your workflows with multiple different models, right? So reps are starting to use ChatGPT, but there isn't a way that like the head of business development is able to see what prompts are working, how is this influencing our go-to-market motion. And that is where Persona AI comes in. So we allow you to access better data and personalize at scale without driving up costs and scaling headcount. And we do this with our data and agents marketplace. So we've already partnered with 75 plus data providers and integration sources, almost new ones adding weekly itself, and they love to partner with us as well because we've essentially become a data orchestration layer for all these different sorts of toolings and data providers. So great for the customer because they don't have to subscribe to many different subscriptions. They get access to all this proprietary data in one place. And it's great for the data providers and the integration partners because they get a distribution in our data ecosystem. So what can you do with all of this data? In Persona, you can leverage our sales intent triggers. You can do personalized outreach at scale, account research, data enrichment, list building, account scoring. It's really up to you. And what's great is that we actually put the sales and GTM teams in the driver's seat. So they can build workflows that are not generic, but are actually taking what is working in their business and helping them scale that. So one of the great parts of our platform, and this is one of our customers' favorite features, is this waterfall methodology. So you can pick and choose which providers to go through for your data enrichment purposes. So say you're trying to get someone's email, right? The number one thing you want to land in their inbox. What you can do in Persona is that you can actually cycle through different providers and see where you can maximize your data coverage so you can actually hit the inbox. And we allow this waterfall functionality with phone numbers, technographics, hiring, and things like that as well. So we're essentially consolidating all these different data that exists on the web and putting it in one place. On top of that, once you have the right data, you also want to capture your prospect at the right time. So Persona already has a bunch of different intent triggers, such as funding, company updates, job changes, technologies, product launches, product usage data, as well within our platform. So essentially, we're combining data providers and the timing in one platform. Finally, I'm super excited to be talking about our AI GTM specialists. So these are autonomous agents which run GTM plays on autopilot. So for example, Perry, our inbound expert, would take something like your website visitors, qualify them, generate a personalized email, add that to your CRM, and send the email, all autonomously and on autopilot. Your RevOps expert, Alex, constantly checks your CRM to make sure that if any of the execs in your CRM have changed jobs and things like that, it is keeping CRM hygiene up to high quality. Nia, the outbound expert, takes your GTM plays and outbound messaging and helps you scale that, constantly looking for new leads that fit your ICP, taking in the feedback on this is where we're getting traction, this is where we're getting opens, and looking for more leads that fit that ICP, and also tailoring the message to all of these prospects as well. There are a lot of sales toolings, especially in the AI space, but what truly makes us different is that we have the core foundation for all of these agents already within our platform. So what truly sets us apart and makes us special is our proprietary data orchestration layer and our data marketplace, which brings together the data that these agents leverage and use every day. And yeah, so we already have around 65 companies using us, thousands of free users, over 7 million generations on our platform in the last 3 months. Some amazing high-growth companies using us like Fluix, Sugar, Pay Shepherd as well. And yeah, you can give your company the competitive advantage as well by using Persona. Thank you.
2 questions.
This is super, super cool, and you're clearly thinking about the problem deeply. I'm curious though, just really more out of curiosity, why you're exposing all the complexity of that waterfall, cascading, fallback? Why not just be the data source of truth and just say, we can get the email, don't worry, we've got it?
Yeah, so I think there's 2 aspects, and it really depends on the sales team that we're talking to. So for the sales teams who are like, just book the meetings, like get it on the calendar, I don't care, that's where our full autopilot features come in. But for more, like, I guess sales teams with more complex sales motions, or they possibly already have subscriptions to other data providers, they want to bring in their own API keys, that's where we already have the infrastructure to put them in the driver's seat and set up these workflows. So we're not trying to fully replace their existing sales motion. One part is assisting it and making it better, and then eventually turning that into an autopilot.
Any burning questions? Thank you.
Sharon Kim from MPilotAI, and then she is our last pitch. Give it up for Sharon.
Hi, I'm Sharon Kim, founder and CEO of MPilotAI. MPilotAI is making an AI agent for clinical trial design. Clinical trial design process in the pharmaceutical industry has been manual in the past. This process is time-consuming, prone to human errors and inconsistencies. And more importantly, it was limited to human capacity and experiences. It was limited to the knowledge and reasoning capabilities of the few individuals involved in the design process. It's great that these individuals are the greatest and the brightest to do the job, but still, they were only human. As a solution, we want to break through this human limitation. We want to leverage the power of AI to draw from all knowledge and data that accumulated in the history of clinical trials. On the sponsor side, instead of leaning on the few individuals with personal historical knowledge of the drug or the disease state, we will draw from all relevant data and clinical trials of the past. Same thing with the physicians, biostatisticians, and other subject matter experts involved in the study design. The job of these subject matter experts will go away, or will evolve into curators and reviewers of the suggested design generated by AI. And if you look on the bottom right, for the point of market entry, we chose the bottom-up approach. We're starting with the documentation space, which is the final destination of the clinical trial process. And here's a demonstration of how effective this will be. Using the AI document generation tool, we can create multiple versions of the FDA submission document before the database lock of the final study. It will take only a couple of hours to generate these multiple versions of the document. As soon as the data are logged, we can send one of these pre-written versions for internal review in the company. And this review process will take about a month and will be submitted to the agency. Traditional submission process takes about 6 months, and it costs pharma companies an average of $1 million per day every day the FDA approval is delayed. So you do the math. For the team, I'm Sharon Kim, the CEO. I spent the last decade as a medical writing and document automation consultant at major pharma companies. Our CTO, John Park, has more than 20 years of experience in machine learning and software development, including in the drug discovery space. Dr. John Runkle, our Chief Scientific Officer, also has over 2 decades of experience as a clinical trial physician, and he was in charge of over 350 clinical trials in his career. Thank you.
I just had a quick question. Are you suggesting that what you're doing is pulling on an existing database of previous trials to try to pre-answer questions or even mitigate the need to run a trial? So you're helping them get answers from prior knowledge?
I don't think the agency would agree to bypassing doing clinical trial altogether. However, we want to maximize the clinical trial design process. We want to make the best clinical trial design. For example, every time you have to amend a clinical trial design, every time there's an amendment, there's an operational cost of about $1 million. And on average, a clinical trial goes through 3 or 4 of these amendments. So this is $3 or $4 million that could be saved if the clinical trial was done well from the get-go.
Any other questions? This is the last presentation. Thank you.
All right, okay, so this was the last presentation. We're going to take probably a 10-minute break to announce the winners, and then we're going to announce the top 3. So judges, join me here to discuss the top 3.
Let's get the judges on stage. Let's get the host on stage. Marianne, you're going to announce the winners. We're going to start with, here, take the mic. We're going to start with, I'll just say it was a really tough deliberation. Everybody did really well. Everybody is a winner. And the judges loved all the presentations. It came down to various market awareness that they bring to the table. So we're going to start with our runner-up. We have 3 top prizes, and then we have a runner-up because it was that hard to make a decision. So let's start with the runner-up, and then we'll get everybody on stage.
Can we get a fucking drum roll, please? Let's hear that drum roll! Woo!
Yeah. Marianne, everybody come on up, come on up, come on up. Let's make sure we've got the live stream going, we've got the whole stage up there.
Go around that way. Go around that way.
All right, drum roll. All right, who wants to announce our runner-up? Okay. All right, our runner-up is...
Drum roll!
Drum roll. Persona AI. Persona AI, please come here. Woo! Congratulations.
Persona, you got it.
Awesome. All right, stay on stage. All right, third one up. All right, drum roll.
Sure, I will announce it. In third place is Synexus.
Synexus! Come on up.
All right. Our second one is...
Our second place is Sizzle.
Sizzle! Come on up, Sizzle.
All right. First prize is...
And the first place goes to Bisley.
Bisley! Come on up, Bisley!
I will accept Bisley on her behalf.
All right, everybody, let's get the winners right in the middle here. Everybody gather around, get everybody on camera. Who's got cameras? Come on, take some pictures. And then we got to get everybody up front because we're going to take the commensurate selfie. We're taking pictures. All right, here we go.
All right.
Okay, thank you everybody. Thank you.
All right, thank you everyone. Please.
AI Agent Pitch Night.
Okay, so you can have some drink. There's tons of pizzas. Finish them all. And thank you so much for joining us on your Friday night.
We hope you enjoyed the night. We hope you stayed safe, stayed dry.
No, I got it. No. What do you do?